What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Third and Longhorn. We have a very special guest today, a gentleman who, for this season, I don't think a lot of people knew his name, but by the end of the season, everybody knew his name. Please welcome Trevor Goosby. Trevor, appreciate you coming. Man, I don't know if you've seen the show, but we always kind of started off the same way about how did you get to Texas? You obviously were recruited by a lot of schools. What brought you to Austin and why Texas?
So before I was committed to Texas, I actually was committed to TCU first, and I had went on my official visit here to Texas, and I got in a room with Flood, and Flood, he just explained how to play offensive line so simple. He just put it in such a simple way, but obviously he's been effective with guys like Kelvin, obviously following that path, Cam Williams, Christian Jones, who just got drafted, and that's kind of what did it for me, because my brother was in there too, and he doesn't even know anything about O-line. And he's like, yeah, I think I can play it now. I doubt that, but I see what you're saying.
Let's dive deeper into that, though. Coach Flood obviously has a track record and lineage of producing top-end talent in the NFL, no matter what school he's been able to coach at. What's been something that you've taken away or that you've learned from what Coach Flood has taught you, how you've been able to implement yourself whenever your moment came, and how do you see that continuing to progress you as a player to where you want to get to?
I would say the main things that I've learned is Coach Flood has given me the tools to be such a great offensive lineman. It's just when to apply those tools. Mm-hmm. So whether I'm shuffling into a block or whether I'm down blocking on something, all my technique is all different, but certain tools can go in certain places. When I'm skip pulling versus when I'm pulling out to the left, because I've been playing left tackle, but I play right. So when I'm pulling out, just different tools that he gives us, and also just something that Flood had taught me was following the older guys. I really looked up to Kelvin. Everything he did, I tried to emulate, because I knew Kelvin, he's gonna be a top end pick in this year's draft, and I was if I'm trying to get there, might as well just follow him. So those are things that Flood had taught me.
Hey, Trevor, I looked up, some of your past accomplishments. I was doing some research and couldn't believe it. You were ranked only as by a 3-star by. Yeah, it's okay. All right, I just want to know, first of all, how aware were you of your rating and ranking, and did it matter to you as a young player?
For me, it really didn't matter. Obviously, it was cool being a 3-star. I was walking around school, big man on campus. Yeah. Even though my teammate Nigel Smith, he was a 4-star, and he goes to OU now. But so there's a little bit of love-hate there. But it really didn't matter to me. I just knew if I came in and worked hard, I was gonna get to where I needed to go. And Kevin Washington, I don't know if y'all know Kevin Washington.
Yeah, of course.
When I came here, he used to always say this thing, this phrase, trust God, work hard. And so that's all I do is just trust in God and work hard. So
I love it.
Well, right along those lines, I think you had to probably trust in God a little bit getting tossed into the deep end this year, right? Can you take us through that A&M game, what that was like, and then and talk a little bit about just adjusting to that, or was there an adjustment, or what was that environment like too?
It was a great environment. Kyle Field, it was 110,000 people. Just, I don't know if you, obviously you guys have been to Kyle Field.
Rocking.
Yeah, it gets rocking.
It's
it's intimidating, I will say. But I guess when Kelvin and I went down, I was on the sideline. And I was kind of paying attention a little bit. I was talking to my teammate, and all I feel is a hand come across my chest, and they're yelling Goosby. And so I look out there, and I was about to just run out there, and then Flo was like, hold on. And so I look out there, and I see Cam, so I'm like, all right, Cam's all right. So I'm looking, I'm like, where's Kelvin? And so I look back about 30 yards, and Kelvin's on the ground. I'm like, no. I was in shock. And so I seen him walk off the field, and I was thinking to myself, it's showtime. You got to go out there and play. And so, went out there, got loose first couple of drives, and then, the rest is history. So,
what were your nerves like, though, right? You talked about being in Kyle Field, 110,000. You haven't necessarily probably experienced that in too many other venues in college football in general. Mm-hmm. And you also hadn't necessarily got that amount of snaps going into that game. So what were your nerves like? What did you do to keep yourself even keel? What was Quinn saying to you? What was Jake Major saying to you to keep you in line, ready to rock and roll? What was that like, being able to perform at the level that you did in such a hostile environment with the stakes being as high as they were?
I would say, I wasn't as nervous as I thought I was going to be, because, we prepare all week. The ones and the twos get the same plays and reps the twos get the same plays that the reps. Hold on. Yeah, the ones get the same plays the twos get, and the twos get the same plays the ones get.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like that, it really helped me with my nerves and stuff with that. And like guys didn't really even treat me any differently than how they treat Kelvin. Like everybody was, next man up mentality. Like we still like the show goes on. So, and like Jake is out there, making his calls and everything. And it made it like super easy for me because I was like, all right, like Jake's making this call, so all I gotta do is worry about where I'm going and how to get there and how to block him. So.
I like that he acts like he just kind of plugged in when he was like you had the highest rated pass protection on the team that game. He's just like, I just came in.
Against some NFL guys.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to be playing on Sunday. I want to ask you about that.
In the States.
You got Nick Sturton and the
whoever
States.
won that game went to the SEC championship.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
so
a lot
you
on the line.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
No big deal. Just pop in.
Did any of that occur to you, or were you just all in the moment at that?
I was really just in the moment. Like I'm really in the game. Like it is what it is. Like I'm not gonna treat this game any differently than when I had played in UTSA or wherever games. So, obviously that was a really important game, and his first game back in 13 years, I think. And so like it was just a normal game for me. Like people after the game though, they were hyping me up on, I was getting added on Twitter. Like I got so many different followers on like IG and like X and all those like profiles. So it was cool though. It was really cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I thought it was interesting. Then later on, you were able to showcase your talent even more when you were able to switch up and play right tackle when needed. I've heard guys in the NFL talk about that being something that is extremely difficult, and that some guys in the league feel I can't do it. I don't have that kind of athletic profile. It's pretty freaky how. I don't know, just how easily you transition to play right and left tackle. First of all, is that something that you guys cross-train on all the time? And what's the secret to it? Because NFL guys are saying that that's one of the most difficult things to do potentially in the league.
I would say Flood prepares us really well with stuff like that. Like we got guys playing different positions all the time. Like I play left tackle, right tackle, and I guess like it was really all mental for me, and like flipping the plays in my head, it was kind of different. But
the technique too, the hand placement,
the technique
and the
is weird. I always tell people it's like if you were to shoot your basketball with your left hand like that, like like the motion, like the movement, but the muscle memory. Right.
I know what I'm supposed to do. It doesn't look right though.
In my head, it looked good, but actual application, I can't do it.
It was something that Flood really prepared me for, though. Like, we always are repping both sides, so.
So how do you, I guess, differentiate, since you got both sides in preparation repping, like, what's your favorite position? Or is it like, I prefer right, but I play left? Or is it I prefer left, I play right? Or like, whenever you start making your money, hey, I want to start just playing left tackle. I want to just start playing right tackle. What's that process like for you? And does it change?
It kind of does sometimes, but I would say I prefer left, but I like playing either one. So, but I prefer left. But in the league, if they're gonna pay me to play right tackle, then I'll play right tackle.
They like play right tackle. I'm telling you, Trevor, they like that attitude right there. Yeah.
Well, obviously, Trevor, you can see it. You have really good feet. You move really well for your size. Like, what other sports did you play growing up?
I've been waiting on this.
Yeah, here we go. I have a feeling I know where this is going.
I love basketball.
I knew it.
Basketball,
Okay.
basketball that was my first love. I still love basketball to this day. Coach Beckton keeps getting mad at me because I keep trying to go play basketball, and he's like, "You can't do that no more. You 320. Like that's not for big people. You can't do that anymore." But I love basketball. I actually threw in track. I went to state my senior year for track. I threw shot put and discus. So but basketball is my main. That's my main sport.
Wait, who's better though? Because apparently your brother went on unofficial to Texas and has a standing offer from the basketball team. Who's better basketball player?
I would say he is now. I gotta be humble. I would say he is, but like when I'm guarding him, like it's easy.
Rough him up. You rough him up. Yeah.
I rough him up, but like I just get in his head. Like a lot of other players, like they can't do that, but like when we playing brother ball, like it's different.
Well, you know which buttons to press.
Brother ball.
Right.
I like when you put that too. The brother ball is different.
No question.
Did you take him around when he did his unofficial, or did y'all hang out?
Yeah, I did a little bit.
Yeah.
I kind of just talked about it like college with him because it's crazy how fast it's going. Like he's a junior in high school right now. Like in 2 years he's gonna be in college, which is crazy. So I've just been talking to him about college and college experiences and stuff. So
Now what about I guess the inspiration for basketball? How were you inspired to play basketball? Obviously, your size 6'7". You probably got the frame to be able to play it since you was a young kid. But like, who was your favorite player? Who inspired you to play basketball? And then how did you also manage being an offensive lineman, an offensive tackle, and like choosing, hey, I want to do football, I want to do basketball, and then finalizing, hey, I'll do football at the next level?
I would say, well, first of all, I'll start with my favorite player. I would say my favorite player of all time is Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay.
That's what they call me. They call me Baby Shaq.
Okay,
I dunk everything. I got to put that out there. I dunk everything. But I also like James Harden. Like, if I were to be a guard, like, I'd play like James Harden, like 2019 James Harden. So those are my favorite players. But I would say what led me to football was, I guess just I was more built for it, if you will. But I had to get this heart surgery my junior year. And so that's what, like, they were like, do you want to play basketball or football? And, like, I just felt like I had more of a future in football because I had to choose which sport I had to play for my surgery and stuff. But I had chose football, so I just stuck with football at that point. So, yeah.
You mentioned Coach Becton, and you seem like you've transformed your body a lot since you got here. What did you weigh when you first got here? What do you weigh now? And what did you do to transform yourself in that time period?
When I first got here, I was like 270 soaking wet, maybe even, if that.
What?
Yeah.
You were skinny.
I was skinny.
Oh,
was
that's
skinny.
crazy.
Hooper mentality. Huh?
Yeah, I was
Get up and down.
Wow.
Right. Me and my mom, every day, like every morning, I used to eat like, I'm allergic to peanuts, so I had to eat like sunflower butter and Nutella sandwiches. I had to force myself to eat them because I had to gain weight. And, like, my mom would always be on me, harping on me about that. So I used to eat that and then drink a protein shake. But now I weigh like 315, 320 around there. But kind of how I transform my body is just obviously listen to Becton and them and eating right. And I always felt like I had such a good build for an offensive lineman, if you will.
You can stack on weight and still keep your athleticism.
Still be athletic, yeah.
Be able to move well, good feet. Now, you talked a little bit about your medical history and how that shaped the future for you. What's it been like recovering from that? And obviously you haven't missed a beat since you've been in Texas, but I'm sure that process was very scary for you, going through something like that, not knowing kind of what the next steps would be in the recovery aspect of it. I had a buddy of mine that came in my class named Matt Nader. He was rated the #1 offensive tackle from Austin Westlake, ended up having to have heart surgery as well. That ended his football career. He's still an amazing man, still alive now, got a defibrillator in there, pacemaker, doing great things, but it's a scary process. It's a scary moment. So for you, what was that like? What was your family like and the involvement and the support that you had around your loved ones? And then how did that shape you for moving forward with saying, all right, football is where I want to be. I got to take care of myself, and I got to make sure that I'm still ready to go to perform at the level that I am to get to a place like the University of Texas?
It was definitely a hard experience for me. It was one of my hardest experiences I've ever had to go through. Being in the hospital for a week wasn't fun at all, and kind of just it was definitely scary, 100%, because I couldn't sleep the night before my surgery. It's like, wow, you about to have open heart surgery. Like, it was scary to me. I was like, is it gonna hurt? Like, am I gonna be the same when I come back? But, I put a lot of faith in God, so God really got me back to where I am today. And without him, like, I wouldn't be where I am today. But I think a week after my surgery, I was back doing legs and stuff. So, yeah, like, my high school coaches told me, like, bro, you got to chill. Like, you gotta
She's like, I'm ready.
I was like,
nothing happened.
as long as I'm not holding the weight with my upper body, like, I feel like I'm good, I feel like I'm good.
Some people build different. That's
Right.
Nah, yeah.
That's unbelievable. Let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about just the O-line room in general. Who's the most talented offensive lineman off the field?
As in, like, just any, like,
Just a random talent? Just talent. Off the field, away from football, because obviously all of you guys are supremely talented football players.
I would say, I'd say Kojo's a really good dancer. Kojo can dance really well.
Yeah.
Kojo's
That's what I'm trying to
groovy.
get. That's what I need to know right there. Yeah.
Nato is really good with, like, beats and producing and stuff. So I've been talking to him recently because I want to start getting more into, like, music and stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, like, when I listen to, like, music sometimes, like, I listen to it to enjoy, and then sometimes I listen to it to, like, get, like in a technical sense, like how some of y'all watch football and, like, analyze it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
So you on that level.
Good question.
Yeah.
I like that. Good answer. Got another one for you. Give me the top 5 spots the O-line because you guys know how to eat. Y'all know all the good eats.
Ooh,
What's the top 5 spots where the
Here we
O-line
go.
like to go mash? Like
go.
just in general, you guys, I know y'all talk about it, like, hey, you got to go check out this spot. Come on,
Nah,
give it
yeah.
to me.
We go to Jew Boy Burger, really good. Shout out my guy Mo over at Jew Boy.
You got the hookup over there.
It's about to get better.
Tell them third and Longhorn coming.
I have to say I think we went to Love Supreme one time, pizza. It was pretty good. Yeah. It's this food truck that I like called Anything Baked Potato.
Whoa, okay.
They got really good wings, really good baked potatoes.
Yeah,
like
Griff
it's,
told me about
Where's
that.
Where's
good.
that one?
Okay.
It's I think it's over there like on the other side of 35, like the
East side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that side of 35. I actually just had this new burger out after I was doing Pilates. So after Pilates,
That matches right.
That's why you got to ask the O-line, man. O-line, they know.
Man, we just worked out really hard. Let's go get some.
They go get something good.
yeah, I'm rewarding myself because that was hard. I'm still sore to this day. I need a massage. But it's called All Star Burger, and I had this like breakfast type burger, and it was like on Texas toast. I think there was hash browns, eggs, bacon.
All-Star.
Yeah, I'm getting
Hey, it was good.
They know.
It was
man.
good. Now.
O-line know, man.
Spot right now.
They know.
I gotta think.
See, he wanted to go on. He wanted to go on more. It was like 4 good spots. He's like,
That's tough.
and that's some hood.
He only went
Dang.
4 deep.
I know I got another one in the bag. I know I got one. Obviously Terry Black's is good. Everybody knows about that.
No
You know,
question.
No question.
there's this wing spot out in Pflugerville. It's called what is it called? I don't remember, but it's a good wing spot. Like, they got like
Know what to
authentic
get them wings.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
they
sell
travel.
authentic Kool-Aid out there, and it's good.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I definitely can find that spot.
good
It can't be
good
too many
stuff.
spots selling authentic Kool-Aid.
No
Pflugerville with the
question.
wings. I'll
No
find the spot.
question.
Yeah.
Now give me this. As an offensive lineman, you're asked to do a lot, right? You're going against defenders that are coming full speed up the field. You got to mash on 330-pound defensive tackles. Sometimes it's a 250-pound defensive end. You got linebackers that move and run very well. Is it harder for you to pass block, or is it harder to run block from your perspective?
I would say run blocking for me, just because I'm still working on my power on my legs. But once I get my power on my legs, that's when it's really gonna connect. But I love pass blocking because like I think of it as like a game of chess. Like the way like he's aligned, or like the way that like whoever it is, maybe it's Colin Simmons versus Nick Scorden, who are different players.
Right.
Like that's usually what I look like. So it's like it's a thinking game within. It's like a game within the game.
Yeah.
And so if I see Colin Simmons and he's pointed forward and that's a speed guy, like super fast, like I got to be ready to wrap that hand around and stuff like that. So I like pass blocking.
You
more.
reading body language.
Yeah, body language.
Yeah. It's kind
Cues,
of like
everything.
basketball for you then. That's why you like pass protection. It's like playing one-on-one.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you read the
Stay in front of a guy.
Yeah, the body position, the body language of the person. So yeah.
Okay, and run blocking, do you prefer zone blocking or power gap schemes?
Ooh, I love gap schemes. I love gap schemes. And once I hit that deuce and I hit that hip, that's
It's like
yeah.
moving and body.
that was easy.
That's quick.
He gonna go from here all the way over there. I love it. It's awesome.
I want to get a little technical in that, right? We got a ton of viewers that probably haven't played offensive line. They don't necessarily know what gap scheme means. Some of them may not know what zone scheme is, or like the deuce, the double team, the block. So break us down maybe a couple of your favorite run plays and kind of what that looks like. And then talk about the calls that are made from the quarterback saying one thing, from the center saying one thing, the guard maybe communicating with you as an offensive tackle. Take us through just a run play or maybe a couple of them of what the sequence of events looks like for you as an offensive
But
tackle.
don't actually give what they're called.
But don't
We'll
give
have real names.
Don't give real names.
We'll
right.
get kicked off the air.
I would say my favorite one would be one back power though. That's when the backside guard is pulling usually, and the front side double team usually is a guard tackle double team to the backside linebacker. And I really like those plays just because I can really tee off on guys.
Yeah.
And I know like our guards, like we always doing power plays. So
Right.
Coach Flood's always like, ice your shoulders up, man, because you really got to throw your shoulders into them. But I really love power plays. So yeah.
Well, man, you've been here during a time where we have had just an insane amount of talent on the defensive line, right? Like you have every day in practice going up against guys that are, well, now in the NFL, but also about to be in the NFL too. What's that been like? How has that helped you? And also, who talks the most trash out of the last couple of years?
Colin does talk a lot of trash, but it's like we respect each other. Like, you know, it's always a good clash. But going against guys like T Sweat and Murph my freshman year. All right, let me tell y'all a story. So I'm in scout team. I'm on the scout team at this point at my freshman year. And so they make a call on defense. And I line up and I look out and it's T Sweat lined up at 5. I'm like, oh, it's not going to go well. I was like, are you supposed to be here? And he's like,
you missed the line.
I look down the other side. I see Murph at the other 5. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is definitely a call. And so I'm trying my hardest. And so, you know, the ball snaps. And so I get fitted up with him. And I'm trying my hardest. And I'm hopping back. And he's just walking, like walking me back to the quarterback. And that's when I knew. I was like, hey, he really gets real inside. Like, the guards, I'd hate to have to go against Sweat. But yeah, guys like Barron, they definitely made me better. Barron, Burke, Fink did, you know, Colin. And they really made the games easier. Like, whether I was in at right tackle or left tackle, it really made the games easier. So.
Because you were seeing such talent, like week in and week out. Yeah.
Man, and you were what? You say you were like 270 when you first got in. So with
T
Sweat was probably what 350
on the minus end.
Yeah,
officially.
something like that.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah, it was a handful.
Yeah,
it was a handful.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this: since we're talking about your overall game, where have you improved the most, and where do you think you need to improve the most?
I would say where I need to improve the most is like run blocking for sure and getting lower. Because, you know, I'm already a tall guy. I have pretty long legs, so getting lower, just, you know, getting that power from my legs to be able to drive guys off the ball. And I say what I do well is I pass block pretty well, I would say. I'm pretty explosive. I was like coming out of like, I guess, screenplays and stuff and pulling. So, yeah, I would say I'm pretty agile, athletic, but definitely got to work on run blocking more, making sure that my footwork is always like technique sound. So, yeah, that's something that I learned from KB is, like, KB's footwork was always, I wouldn't say always, but, like, it was, like, almost perfect every time. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, this one, I'm going to take it off the ball. So what is your favorite thing to do? It's a two-parter. What is your favorite thing to do when you aren't playing football? And 2, what do you want to do when you're done with football?
Okay. So if I'm not playing football, I'm usually playing basketball. But if I'm not playing basketball, I guess I like to watch YouTube. I love to listen to music. Like I said, I love music. I'll be playing video games. I actually want to get a PC soon so I can hop on video games, start streaming and stuff. You know, get my name out there more because for offensive linemen, it's hard to, you know, market yourselves. And I always told God, or I always told myself that God had made me an offensive lineman because if he made me a receiver, it'd be too easy. it'd be too easy. I had too many deals and stuff, but you know, that's just how I think. That's just, you know, how confident I am in myself. But
well, before you answer the second part, what you say you love music? What are your go-tos? What's your favorite artists, songs?
This is definitely like controversial, but I love Drake. Love Lil Wayne.
Why it's controversial?
Yeah,
He already watched the Super Bowl halftime show. He already knew the deal. And
I love Drake, but I was kind of vibing with the Super Bowl. I was vibing.
You can like Drake and still
there's
appreciate
nothing wrong.
Kendrick Lamar.
There was a point where everything was kosher. Everything was fine, man.
And I also, he still lost the beef, but it's okay. Drake's still the man. He's a great. Drake is the better artist. Kendrick can be the better rapper. It's okay.
Drake's not struggling. I'm not worried about it. He's doing all right.
If they make good music, I'm gonna listen to them.
Amen, brother.
That's just how it goes. But I grew up on the whole YMCMB era, which is like Drake, Lil Wayne. Like my pops put me onto that.
I like it.
Your pops put you onto that.
Yeah, my pops and my older brother.
That, man. I love it.
And then once we started getting like into 2016, that's when I started getting like Young Thug, Future, Lil Uzi Vert, just kind of artists like that. Like I just love that kind of music. But then I'll go into like, you know, Flume, which is like EDM a little bit. Flume a little bit.
Flip
and
the place up.
I'll get into like Brent Fayez, Shmino, and then I'll get into the Killers a little bit.
You might end up become a DJ or something in your time.
I really just got into country. Like, so I posted on my Snap story. I was like, nobody's gonna tell me country was this good, and I was getting flamed by everybody. I was like,
give me your country artist. Give me one or two that you.
I like George Strait. Obviously, he's
of course.
Luke Combs is pretty good. I like Luke Combs, and then a guy by the name of Eric Church. I like him too.
Eric Church is good.
I like them. So I really just hopped on that train like recently, like super recently.
So what's the pregame music then? Since you're so eclectic,
Really,
what's the pregame?
I listen to a lot of like old classics that I like. Like okay, not like old not like old
like from the 80s.
I would say like from my childhood that I like, but
Spit a few. Go tell us.
I would say like
you got it on your phone. Pull it up. Pull the playlist up. Let's go.
pull it up. Me and my brothers, we got a playlist.
Let's go. It's on. We know what time
we need to share this playlist, so we'll share it on that.
That would be cool.
We call it For the Soul. That's what we call it for. And so it's like all me and my brothers. We all ask for Halloween.
Okay, you got Stunner.
Money to blow.
You got Stunner. Got that money.
That's how Chris Brown on there.
Hey, that money blow.
I be watching the YouTube video, the music video for it.
Yeah, nah, that's what I just saw.
I got Stunt Like My Daddy on there.
Okay, then.
I got Look at Me Now by Chris Brown on there.
Okay.
Got some Drake on there, like Over My Dead Body. That's a good one.
Yeah, man. Okay.
For real, taking it back.
Classics.
I know.
A Millie gotta be on there. A Millie on there.
No question.
You do need to get into DJing, man. You got a good eclectic taste.
That's why I say you could be a DJ.
Yeah.
You know, Nick used to be a DJ back in the day.
I hung it up. I did back in the day. We don't need to talk about that. Don't want anybody Googling around.
Leave it where it's
Yeah. But and then going back to the second part of that question, like after when you're all done with football, what interests you, or what do you want to do?
That's a good question. I really haven't thought about it. I'm in the business school right now, so if I get a business degree, I feel like it will open a lot of doors. My dad is private equity right now, so I might want to get into that a little bit.
No question.
No question at all.
That's a good place to be.
Yeah, but my dad always tells me it's not about like what you know as much as who you know, and so like just kind of getting connects in that world would be awesome.
Well, this will help.
Yeah,
I've thought about starting a clothing brand. That would be cool because I'm a very creative person. I would say like not even just like from the music standpoint, kind of just like I guess inner like mind piece stuff.
Yeah.
So thought that was cool. Like I like space and just how it looks. And so like I like stuff like that.
Depth here, man. I like it, man.
Oh, lineman, you say this deep.
Yeah,
you like a wide receiver in O-line doctor.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Peeking out deep and stuff. I like it.
I actually did want to start a podcast of my own with my brothers because we are hilarious together. Like we are funny.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
We got the equipment, man. Come on.
Yeah,
we got a studio too.
I got a funny story about that too. So my brother, he went on a visit to SMU, and so he met President Bush there, and so he took a picture. And now, like, we started a competition, like, who can meet, like, cooler people. So I was like, well, all right, well, I met Kevin Durant. Like, does that count? And they're like,
absolutely that counts.
He's not as cool, because, like, they was like, yeah, he's not as cool as the president.
Oh, so hold on, the president going to trump everybody pretty much? Like,
See what you did there.
But say the president, say you met Drake. Say you met Drake.
I think that's on top, yeah.
Yeah,
Drake
on
top
top
meeting the president.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, so now I really got to get in my bag and, like, who I got to meet.
Hey, you in Texas?
I don't like losing.
You're in a great city,
You're in a
man.
great spot, dude, to do it. For sure.
100%.
South by coming up too.
Yeah.
You about to have some opportunities.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me ask you about this O-line that's in 2025. You ain't got to give us too many details, but you guys are losing a ton of consistency, continuity. We're going to have 4 new starters on that offensive line. You, by the way, a lot of people have projected you to be one of those guys. But what do you think is going to be the makeup of this O-line? What's going to be their strengths? You're in that room. You see those guys, your teammates. And what could be different from the group that we've known for the last 3 years that have been together?
I would say, like, the strengths that we have is, like, the familiarity with the playbook. Because, a lot of guys have been there for 3-4 years now. So familiarity with the playbook. Chemistry will be good. Just because, like, as an O-line, we're, like, all tight. Like, everybody's tight with everybody. And I guess some things that'll differ is, like, we're not going to have the experience, obviously. But, like, we got guys that can play. So, like, even I didn't have experience going into A&M, but, go in there and, perform. So, I feel like we got more guys like that can do that. And, I feel like our leadership will change with, guys like me and Cole and Connor Robertson and guys like that. So, it's in new hands now. And so we gotta take pride in that.
Well, you guys have anything else?
Oh, one last one. I got to ask if he's a hooper.
Oh, yeah.
MJ or LeBron?
LeBron. It's not even a question. It's not a question.
Wow, not a question.
It's not even a hesitation.
No hesitation.
He didn't even try to
debate. No debate.
Wow,
There's no hesitation.
Is it because you grew up in the LeBron generation?
I think, like, okay, that definitely plays a role.
What we talking
but
here?
They always talk about 6-0 in the finals. He didn't get to the finals until 91. He got drafted in 84. So that means he got bounced 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, and 90.
He's done his homework.
Oh, he's
here.
had his
That's what I'm
argument
saying.
before.
We can talk about this.
Yeah,
We
Hooper's a
can
Hooper's-
talk about this.
Okay,
man.
but
good.
that shouldn't be the only reason why LeBron is, in your mind, ahead of Jordan in the all-time great debate.
We gonna have this debate
I mean,
for another
that's
hour.
what I'm saying.
I just
Like,
want to know.
LeBron is number 1 in points, number 4 in assists. He's on the top 10 for rebounds. Like, you can't argue that. Like, he does everything.
He does.
Impact. You can talk about impact.
But
though.
the way I put it is like LeBron is the best player of all time. Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time.
Oh, I
Does that
see
make
what
sense?
you
You get what I'm
did
saying?
there. I
You
see
see
what
what
you're
I'm
doing.
saying?
I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing. Yeah. I
But
feel
no,
you.
I respect both of them. Like, Jordan's different. Like, Jordan changed the game.
Yeah.
And but like LeBron coming in, like just dominating. Like he brought the Cavs to the finals when their second best player was Big Z. Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
Yeah, that was wild that year.
Okay.
That was
He
crazy.
brought
Yeah, that was crazy.
LA Fitness Hoopers to the finals. LA Fitness Hoopers
Oh,
to
the
the finals.
Cavs, LA Fitness Uber. Daniel
that's
Gibson's
all I'm
hurting
saying.
right now.
yeah, man.
Man, who's your squad?
I don't really have a squad.
Yeah.
I would say my mom grew up a Spurs fan.
Okay.
Yeah, she used to.
Good
she
time
used to
for
rock
that.
with
Have
the
you seen
Spurs.
Wemby play in person?
I haven't yet. I have not.
Yeah, he's freaky, man. That's
Alien.
Yeah, I've met a couple of the players. I met like Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell. I
Okay.
met them all at a boxing match down in San Antonio, so that was cool.
wild. Nice.
Yeah. I also like the Rockets, obviously, because of James Harden.
Dude, they looking good. I'm H-Time. We H-Time. So they
H-time,
looking good,
baby.
man.
All three of us.
Call me a bandwagon. I like the Thunder when it came to Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
And you got Sergi Block on there. You got Kendrick
Yeah.
Perkins on there.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's squad
Yeah.
right there.
All right.
He knows his
Yeah,
hoop,
you
man.
can
He
tell
knows
me
his
that's
hoop.
Last
Hooper,
one,
though.
last one. Front runner for MVP right now. Go.
I would say Shai Gilgeous-Alexander,
Okay.
SGA.
Okay.
He
I
can
agree.
hoop. Like
I agree.
I've watched like him specifically playing in the game, and it's like it's like poetic. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Well, we might as well just here. What do you think about the Luka trade? This
No, can we not talk about that?
We gonna get into
This is
this.
gonna hurt my. This is gonna hurt me.
Here.
I wasn't a big fan of it personally because as the Lakers are complaining that we need a new center, and you're gonna go and trade Anthony Davis, your best big man, away. But
he
they
took it
did.
from the
Okay,
other side.
they did get Luka though.
They
They did get
And
Luka.
he
showed
Yeah,
up.
you
showed up
gonna
last
trade
night.
a 25-year-old superstar because he weighed 270 allegedly.
It don't make no sense.
I
I'm
don't.
with you.
There's got to be something else that we
Gotta
don't
be
know.
something.
Gotta be.
100%.
It's gotta be
100%.
something that we don't know.
All right, we're about to lose all.
good with that.
We're about to lose all our audience, turn it
That's
into
true.
a hoop podcast. No, I'm playing.
Hey,
but-
that's what's up.
Well, Trevor, we appreciate you coming in, man.
Sure,
we
I
love
appreciate
that.
y'all for having me.
Yeah, we'd love to have you back sometime later in the year, something like that, man. But yeah, we'll talk soon. Hook 'em.
Hook 'em.